I got to do something cool earlier in the year when I did my Ed and Eddie reviews. But now it seems we gotta go back to the well and talk about another piece of bad written media. This is my Immortal. Well, I sat through the entirety of Sonichu. By the by, no, I'm not reviewing the future issues. I feel like Sonichu Time has really ran its course. But now we look at yet another bad story from the dark depths of the internet. My Immortal, a Harry Potter fanfic that originated from 2006 on fanfiction.net. Since this fanfic goes on for 44 chapters, I think it would be appropriate if we break down 11 chapters per video, so we only have to do like 4 of these reviews, unlike Sonichu where I had to look at least 12 comics. So, we get more chapters, less reviews. Joy. This is My Immortal, chapters 1 through 11. We begin by getting a character description of our main character, a gothic vampire named Ebony, which is a creative name for a character, the most creative name since Christian Grey and Anastasia Steele. And then she goes on about what she's wearing, all black. 'Cause you know, wearing dark colors automatically equates you with the emo culture, right? Funny enough, emos have actually dismissed this entire fanfic saying that it misrepresents emo culture. Good to know that the group that you're supposedly representing doesn't even like your work. Anyway, she goes to Hogwarts. If Hogwarts can have a werewolf, I guess they can have a vampire too. And to top things off, she has a crush on Draco Malfoy, and Chapter 1 ends abruptly with her saying hi to Draco and then her friends calling her away. Chapter 2 begins with her waking up, and we get another description of what she's wearing. Then we're introduced to Willow, who's supposedly based on one of the author's best friends. They have a short discussion about Draco until he actually walks up to them, and Ebony is asked out on a date to a Good Charlotte concert. In Chapter 3, we get another fashion catalog of what she's wearing. She's picked up by Draco in a Mercedes-Benz. Draco driving around in a Benz. I don't know why that sounds so funny. As they drive off into the night sky, they are listening to Marilyn Manson and Good Charlotte on the radio, and quote, smoked cigarettes and drugs.
Fuck yeah, non-specific drugs.
As they land at the concert, we get some good old copy lyrics from an actual song. In this case, Chronicles of Life and Death by Good Charlotte. And after Ebony says that Joel is hot, Draco gets sad. It's okay, Draco. It happens to everybody. That she loves Draco more since she remembers that Joel Madden dated Hilary Duff. And Ebony hates thinking about Hilary Duff and her stupid blonde face. Faces can be blonde now. Good to know. After the concert, the two go to the Forbidden Forest. In Chapter 4, we get the funniest sex scene ever written in anything ever. After an author's note, where the author gets pissed off that people are calling Ebony a Mary Sue, which is spelled wrong, they get out of the car, look into each other's eyes, and kiss. They lean against a tree, she takes off her shirt, and he is bare naked. She then takes of her bra. Take of your bra. Yeah, take of your bra. It makes sense to me. I don't see why you're confused by it. It makes total sense to me. I get it. I don't know why you don't. Then he put his thingy into my you-know-what, and we did it for the first time. Man, you gotta love romance scenes that feel like they were written by first graders. He then gives her an orgasm. Like, give her an orgasm. Okay, yeah, you can give a girl an orgasm like you can give someone a Christmas present. Okay, yeah, sure, it makes total sense to me. But then they get caught by Dumbledore, who has the best line in this entire fanfic. It even rivals my 2 balls from Sonichu.
What the hell are you doing, you motherfuckers? It was Dumbledore.
If we can go back for a second, you gotta love how these two plow on the first date. It's sad when even Chris Chan's dating methods look smooth compared to yours. In Chapter 5, we get another author's note clarifying why Dumbledore cursed, and the two are dragged to meet Snape and McGonagall. Snape tells them to go to their rooms while the teachers glare at them. Probably because one has no shirt and the other one is naked? Ebony goes to the bathroom, and do I need to know what this chick is wearing in every scene? Anyway, this chapter ends with the two kissing each other goodnight and goodbye. You know, I would make the, oh, better romance than Twilight joke, but let's face it, that joke's dead. You guessed it, another wannabe emo fashion show. She eats Chocula with blood, and she bumps into someone. Who is it? Harry Potter, who's also a wannabe emo, going off the description. They talk for a little bit until Draco comes over. Aside from meeting Harry, nothing was accomplished in this entire chapter. Chapter 7, which is the only chapter in this entire fanfic so far to have a subtitle, Bring Me Back to Life. It begins with the author trying to verify Ebony not being a Mary Sue. Well, okay, you guys. I'm only writing this because I got 5 God reviews. And BTW, I want write the next chapter till I get 10 God Vons. Stop flaming or I'll report you. Ebony Ebony instead of Ebony, isn't a Mary Sue, okay? She isn't perfect, she's a Satanist. Okay, yeah, but that doesn't change the fact that Ebony has as much personality as drywall. So they go up to Draco's room and, yeah, guess what happens from there. Although I gotta point out, she spells of instead of, and then spells off correctly in the same sentence. Pure genius. But it turns out that Draco is actually gay, or bi, with Harry. This makes Ebony pissed. So Draco and Harry are gay or bi for each other? Okay, yeah, sure, whatever, why not? I'm so desensitized to stuff now, I'm accepting it. Oh, she also says that he probably has AIDS. Does this take place in the 80s? You know, back in the decade where people actually thought only gay people could get AIDS? Chapter 8, like every other chapter, has stuff that doesn't really amount to anything and could easily be a full chapter if it was added with the last chapter. All that happens is Draco, who is still naked by the way, begging Ebony to not leave him, while in front of an entire class. Also, new character, Bloody Mary Smith, who for some reason has an apostrophe between the B and L in her name. Beluti? Is that a French name? And she looks and dresses like everyone else, like a wannabe emo. And just like how Harry has his name replaced with Vampire or whatever, Bloody Mary is actually Hermione. What is that you desire, you ridiculous dimwit? Snape demanded angrily in his cold voice, but I ignored him. Snape is now my official favorite character in this entire fanfic. Chapter 9 has Voldemort show up on a broomstick while Ebony is crying in the woods. A brawl happens for a little bit until it seems Voldemort has the same goal as Ebony, breaking up Draco and Harry. He gives her a gun. Hey, Voldemort!
He's getting his call. What?
And tells her to kill Harry. If she doesn't, he'll kill Draco. And what is the reasoning that he has for all this? I have telekinesis! How do you know less about telekinesis than Chris Chan? That's an accomplishment! He flies away, demanding that she do it. Hey, if you want to make sure that she actually does it, why don't you mind control her or something? Draco comes by, and they make up. You know, it wouldn't surprise me if this girl was a fan of Twilight, considering the fact that this came out a year after the first Twilight book was released. Chapter 10, we're almost done, involves Ebony talking about her band, aptly named Bloody Gothic Rose 666. The right mention of try-hard emo and pretentious. Make a reference to Rainbow Rock! No, because referencing stuff just to reference stuff is lame. Ebony feels bad because someone will have to die. Either it's she kills Harry, or Voldemort will have to kill Draco. What have you done? He started to cry wisely. See, that's basically nut swearing, and this time he was really upset, and you will see why. Ebony, Draco has been found in his room. He committed suicide by slitting his wrists. So despite the fact that Harry is now a vampire, he dies by slitting his wrists? And now, Chapter 11. Ebony runs to her room, Dumbledore in tow. She locks the door and takes a literal bloodbath, and attempts to try and kill herself by sticking a knife in her chest, which doesn't work. Just slit your wrists, it worked for Harry apparently. She gets out of the tub, gets dressed, but she has visitors. Snape, or as it's spelled here, Snap, is videotaping her like he's Motherfucker Jones or something, and Lupin, which is spelled wrong, is masticating to it. I screamed, putting on a towel with a picture of Marilyn Manson on it. Suddenly, Vampire ran in. Abracadabra! He yelled at Snape and Lupin, pointing his womb. The theory of this being a troll fic is starting to make a lot more sense to me. I mean, you have to try to mistake wand with womb. It seems Lupin is still alive, and he holds up the camera triumphantly. Why are you doing this? Lupin said angrily while he rubbed his dirty hands on his cloak. Please tell me that's a misspelling for cloak and not what I think it is. Because, Hagrid said, and then he paused in the air dramatically, waving his hand in the air. Then swooped he in singing to the tune of a gothic version of a song by 50 Cent. Gothic 50 Cent? I'm not sure if I want that or not. Because you're gothic? Snap asked in a little afraid voice, because he was a friend. It meant he was connected with Satan. Because I love her. I love her? Who are you talking about? Are you talking about Ebony or the devil? If so, is the devil female? Is the devil really Elizabeth Hurley? This fanfic sucks, and we're only 11 out of 44 chapters in. The characters are all interchangeable, the grammar is out the window, it misses the mark of emo culture, it takes a dump all over Harry Potter lore, close to nothing makes sense, and half of these chapters could be full length if they weren't so damn short. We'll look at chapters 12 through 22 in October, but as of now, I need a break, and I'm going to try and look at other stuff for Media Wayne. So until then, I'm the Media Wiz, because one art form wasn't enough.
I am emo, I dress in girls' clothes. When I'm dancing at shows, I look like a 4-year-old throwing a tantrum. Reattach my testicle. I'm in the scene, I play bass in my band. I like cutting my wrist, I weigh 91 pounds. It's okay to cry. Most emos kiss other guys, 'cause emo chicks are fat.